Welcome back aboard the Crazy Train. This is Crazy Canuck coming at you from Saskatchewan, Canada again. This time I'm in the greenhouse and it's time to do some seed harvesting. This, if you go back on the videos, this is the chives that I cleaned up in the spring and repotted and split and did all that kind of thing. And there's lots of seed ready to go. So this is what I'm doing. I'm putting the seed heads into a container. I add a couple little wood chips in here, little wood blocks to just give more agitation. Now these should probably be left in an open container to dry even more, so they're easier to harvest. But all you do is you shake them around. And you can see all the seed pretty much just falls out of these things. So there's lots of seed in there to save. So probably one of the easiest plants because it's very open. Once it's done blooming and makes seed, it really opens up to just drop the seed everywhere. So that's the seed saving for the chives. And one harvest will give you probably enough seed to trade to friends and neighbors and develop your own plots and stuff. And what else do I have growing here? I got cucumbers that are blooming already. Now the ones in the garden that were planted at the same time are only about 4 inches high. So this is where the need for having indoor growing is critical, especially when our climate is getting cooler or more erratic. You can protect it from hail, frost, that kind of thing. Like this greenhouse has zero power. There's no heat, there's no pumps, nothing. So just having a cover over makes a huge difference. This is a sweet wormwood, and the ones that I've got in pots outside, they're only about half as high. So I'm hoping that these will bloom and I can save some seed from them as well. And for those who don't realize that you can grow rice in pots, there's some rice. Doesn't have to be flooded, and they'll do just fine. And the peas are coming along. I've put up some plastic mesh for everything to crawl up on, some chicken wire over there. So that's what's going on over here, and I'll get set up for the next part of this video. So the main part of this video that I wanted to get into was for people on a budget who want to have a nice herb garden but really are on a tight budget. You can always do cloning. Now cloning is easy enough. I've got some lemon balm here, I've got some stevia, and I've got some catnip that's going like crazy. So let's take the stevia for example. Very well branched, just unbelievable. So you could take this, you could cut it off down the base here. You could clone every one of these branches, and I'll just show you quickly how to do that. Take your trusty sharp knife. Doesn't have to be this big, but and trying to one-hand things is always interesting. So I'm just gonna open that up a bit. Just a little nick. Break it off. So there. So I've broken this off. Now I could dry this the way it is and then grind it up for sugar substitute. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to take and cut a bit of an angle. And I've got some rooting hormone that I've had forever. This stuff goes a long way. And there are other rooting hormones that I might do a video on as a trial to see which one is best. And it's quite simply, you just dip it in and then put it into I've got a cell pack here with some moistened peat moss. You stick it in like that, and within a few days you should be able to see roots on there, and you can make as many of these as you want. So I'm going to clone these up. I'm going to clone up the lemon balm and everything else. Now while I was setting up for this video, I noticed something. I've been bringing I've been bringing ladybugs into the greenhouse because the peppers have had a lot of aphids on them. So I'm thinking, I never see them. They seem to just disappear. But guess what? We've got ladybug larvae. These guys will clean out every aphid on these plants in no time flat. And there's another one. And again, this is nature taking care of itself. No need for any kind of chemical sprays whatsoever. Now, there was a video I watched that about aphids, and it says that they come in when a plant is growing too fast to try and slow it down. There's varying opinions about that, and why the aphids come here. It's obviously because it's low Brix, and aphids can take a higher Brix plant than most because they are a sugar filtering insect, but even they can't tolerate high sugar content. So it's nice to see the larvae on here. And what happens a lot of times, especially when I got this place a little too crowded, especially with the cabbage, I'll just get rid of that leaf. It shades the plant. The plant doesn't photosynthesize properly, and the Brix drops, and then the aphids move in. So that was nice little surprise seeing these guys around. I hope they're hungry, and they'll take care of all these little aphids. So there you have it. Nice little video on cloning. And there's another sweet wormwood, just huge. And then all my wheat, barley. And there's another cucumber back there. The tomato's going crazy, about 5 times bigger than the one in the garden. So that's it for this video. You can probably pick up cell packs from friends or somewhere for free, like I do. The rooting hormone is only a few dollars. Buy one plant, let it grow, cut it, and where I cut this off, it'll just keep regrowing. So you can cut that thing right down to the ground and it'll come back. So that's it, and as usual, like if you like, subscribe if you haven't, spread the word. Let's grow some food.